Hi, this is Douglas Smith again with DHS Realty. I'm broker owner, and I'm a big advocate of training, but I think that getting training down to under 30 minutes is going to be a key to retain attention for agents. So I post a number of videos on my YouTube, which is DHS Realty. This is going to be another one that has to do with going on a listing, just to show you how simple it is. And there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So the first thing is you've got to find out when somebody calls you what the address of the property is. And I had a client that I'm working with another agent, and we're going on a listing appointment on Saturday. So the address is 1022 Fieldstone. So again, I'm going to type in the MLS website, which is matrix.netris.net. And when I get there, I log in and the screen should look something like this. And the first thing I'm going to go is just see if it's any history in the MLS with this property. So again, all I need to do is type in the street number and a first few letters of the street name. I'm going to hit search, and you can see that it has not been in the MLS since 2003. So I'm going to hover over search and go to residential, I'm sorry, to public record. When I get to public record, I'm going to type in 1022, and then I'm just going to go field and see if anything comes up. Hit results, and you can see that we have right here, the second one is in Cedar Hill. That's where this house is located. I'm going to go ahead and click on the property tax ID, and this is the property. That is the seller. So I'm going to print it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over search, go residential quick, and I'm going to do a CMA. It's a comparable market analysis or a comparable market analysis. I already have active mark because this is a buyer search, but I'm doing a seller CMA, so I need to skip coming soon. I'm going to pick the next three. Now, this is just what I do. I skip the next two and I select pending and sold. I go back 180 days. Or 190 days, it's not going to matter. And then down here in subdivision, I'm looking at the tax roll. It's Wooded Creek, and it is in Cedar Hill. So you can see there's no matches. Now, what I forgot to do was put an asterisk after Wooded Creek. When I do that, 4 properties pop up. So I'm going to hit results, and you can see that I've got my 3 sold. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to click on Quick CMA. Okay, now I'm going to print this. And that means that so far I have the tax roll and the CMA. Now, looking at this, it looks like the property's square footage based on the tax roll is right around 2,600 square feet. And I look over here, and just based on what I see, 300 looks really good. So I'm going to do 3 net sheets. So I'm going to get out of MLS, and I'm going to go to allegianceagent.com, which is just an app that a title company uses. Any title company in DFW has an app. You just get in touch with them and ask them what the app is, and it does net sheets. You never want to go on a listing without a net sheet. So it's going to open up, and generally when it opens up to a buyer net. So we'll have to see once it opens. Okay, so I'm at my seller net. I'm just going to click buyer, make sure it kind of resets, and then I'm going to go to seller. All right, so I'm going to do 3 net sheets. I'm going to first start at 300. Okay, and I'm going to do 6% on the commission. I'm going to scroll down, and it looks like the taxes for last year were $6,157. I got that right off the tax roll, so $6,157. And again, the interest rate you leave blank, and I already have this defaulted to 30 days out. All I'm going to do is hit compute. Now, when I hit compute, right here it says share or sign or print. I'm going to hit that, hit I understand. And it did a net sheet for me. I'm going to print it. Then I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to hit the back button. I'm going to do 310. I'm going to tab a few times, make sure it calculates it. Scroll to the bottom, hit compute again. Hit print or share. I understand. And it just printed that. I'm going to scroll the top, hit the back button, and now I'm going to do 290. So I have 3 net sheets. 290, 300, and 310. Tab a few times, hit compute. This isn't rocket science, but you are going to be an expert by doing it over and over again. It's all about repetition, and this is the easiest part. The hardest part is actually getting in front of the buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord. All right, so we're about to get out of everything, but we need to just go to our transaction. So again, we were in the MLS. That's matrix.netris.net. Okay, we were there. Then we went to allegianceagent.com, and now we're going to texasrealestate.com. Now, when you get to the website, it'll say your name. Hi, Doug. You hit zip forms. You wait for the screen to turn blue, and then you're only going to hit the new button, NEW. When you hit the new button, there's going to be 5 boxes that pop up. All we care about is the first 3. Is this a listing, seller, purchase, buyer, or a lease tenant? I'm sorry, a tenant landlord. So it's a seller. So we click on listing, and we're going to name it. And I'm just going to name it Curie. That's their last name. I'm going to select the residential tab once the computer stops thinking. Okay, so I'm going to hit residential, and then there's the drop down for the template, and I'm going to hit listing template. Scroll down, and again, we're going to print 4 documents. Only one you have to fill in. It's the beauty. Right here, we're at the white summary square. We're going to go 2 over to documents. We're going to open up the IBS. We're going to scroll down just for fun, but we don't have to touch it, and we're going to print it. I've used this same listing presentation for 27 years, and I sell about 20 homes a year. I'd say half of them are listings. And again, you can go and do a whole bunch of stuff at a house. When you meet a seller, I found that most sellers want you in and out in about 30 or 45 minutes. There's no reason you can't do that. Now we're going to the seller's disclosure. We're going to print it. I'm just not a big fan of emailing these documents because you want to meet the seller. That's where you close. You close at the appointment, not over the phone. People work with who they like, know, trust, or know, like, and trust, and they get to know, like, and trust you when you meet them face to face. Again, all we've done is gone in and printed the information about brokerage services. We printed the seller's disclosure, and we're printing the general notice. And the next thing, because it's not in the MLS, we're going to print the data input form. And we are going to remember to print on both sides because this is a 12-page document. You just got to remember to unclick that once you're done with this. So again, we are wrapping up this. I am going to walk us through the listing agreement. All right, so we hit the back button. Now we have the only document we're going to fill in, and that's the residential listing of exclusive right to sell. It's like a marriage. No matter what, you're going to get paid. No matter who shows it, no matter if the seller finds the buyer, you're going to get paid. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go in and make sure that I change my printing setup because I don't want it to print on every other page. All right, so here we are at the listing agreement, and I like all caps, so I'm going to go ahead and type in the name from the tax roll. Pretty name, Ellery. All right, I'm going to scroll down. Paragraph 2, I'm looking at the tax roll. It says Lot 6, Block B, Wooded Creek, City of, County of, known as. I'm going to go down. I'm going to uncheck mark HOA. I don't know yet if it has one. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put 310. They can always change it if they want. I'm meeting them on Saturday with Lola Fajola, an agent in her office. Move forward a couple months to the same day, the 13th. And basically that's it. Now we are going to scroll all the way to the bottom. It's all filled out and we're gonna print it. And that concludes the training. So just to recap before I stop recording, you get a phone call, you wanna get the name, you wanna get the address, you wanna get their phone number, confirm their email, set the appointment, get off the phone. Go into the MLS, see if there's ever been a history of it since 2003. If not, or if so, print or not print. You then go to the tax roll, pull it up. You then do a CMA. You then do 3 net sheets. Then you log into texasrealestate.com and you're going to do an IBS, seller's disclosure, general notice to seller, listing agreement, and a data input. Print those, put them in order, and try to go knock on the door, try to make the appointment, get in front of them. You'll be golden. That concludes the training for today. And if y'all have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, it's Douglas Smith with DHS Realty, where we have no caps, no splits, and no BS.